We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport.
Welcome to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We have a great show. This one is one that I'm super excited for you guys because we've got Will Coleman coming on. Before we do that, though, we're going to check in with Horse Trailer Pros and see their amazing company and all the things they can do for us. So let's go check in with Horse Trailer Pros, and we'll be right back.
Want to advertise on the John and Rick Show? Contact John at 352-875-8622
Or call Rick at 850-879-2649.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Does your horse struggle with stress, tight muscles, or fatigue? NupaFeed USA delivers advanced supplements trusted by riders nationwide. Our magnesium supplement with unique MAH helps reduce anxiety and support muscle relaxation. And for lasting stamina, our L-carnitine builds energy and strength without making horses fizzy. Easy to feed, proven to perform. Support your horse's health and performance today with NupaFeed.
Welcome to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We are in the NupaFeed segment. John, great NupaFeed USA, distributed out of Sarasota here in Florida. And it's a great magnesium paste that you give to your horses for nice calming effects. They have it in a pump feed, and they have it in a tube that you can give at the horse shows. We don't go anywhere without it.
So if you want NupaFeed, Rick, where do they go?
You know what I would do? I would go to www.nupafeedusa.com. Takes you to that cool Shopify, shopping cart area. They have a lot of other products on there, but the NupaFeed magnesium is what you want to do to get real calmness in your horse when you're competing. And it's FEI and USEF legal.
All right. Thanks to NupaFeed, and we appreciate them very much for sponsoring the show. So, like we said to you guys, sorry?
Segment.
Yes, the segment. So like we said to you guys, we've got Will Coleman coming on, and we want to make sure we allow a bunch of time for him because he is a superstar. I actually was teaching a clinic this weekend, and one of the kids came up to me, and they're like, "Can I ask you a question?" And I'm thinking, well, yeah, I mean, I'm the clinician. You can ask me anything you want. Do you know Will Coleman? I said, yes, I know Will. Like, do you know him personally, like your friends? And I'm like, yeah, I think we're friends. I think Will and I are friends. We've drank beer together and hung out. Yeah, I know Will pretty well. She's like, oh, that's so cool. So you guys are going to get to know Will Coleman pretty well here too, which is so cool. And maybe somebody will ask you, do you know Will Coleman? And you'll be able to be like, yeah, I watched the John and Rick Show. I know Will Coleman. So that's pretty exciting stuff right there in itself.
I think that is pretty cool. Will did a great job. It was fun to watch that win at Kentucky. I thought I had the notes from your wife on our predictions that we did, but I don't have them handy.
Oh, well, let me see. Maybe I can get her and find out. I'm gonna just.
She's gonna go. I wrote the notes. I gave them to Rick. If you can't do it, don't ask me.
I tried screaming before and she didn't answer.
That's really cool. Can you mute yourself all the time like that? Because the way you yelled her name, I'm sure it was really loud.
It was very loud, and I don't think everybody would appreciate it.
But, we made some predictions. One of the things that I do remember is Colorado Blue and Austin was on one of my predictions. And, of course, they withdrew before it even started.
He was one of my picks to be top two.
Yeah. So I know we had to have had Will in the top three.
Well, yeah, he was my pick to win.
Was he?
Yeah.
You don't remember.
I don't remember anything, but I'm going to say that he was my pick to win
He was my
because
pick to win too, John.
I think he was. I think he was our pick to win.
He was overall our pick.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
Diabolo.
Okay, so here's we need to confirm this, and I think we should have a little side bet going between you and I. I say it's Diabolo.
It is Diabolo.
Okay, well then we can't bet if we both agree on the same
I
thing.
didn't say Diablo.
So they said Diablo. Hugh at Kentucky announced him as Diablo at least once.
Diabolo. I mean, it's the
Diabolo.
easy thing to do when you look at it, right? But I think the horse would answer to anything because Diablo, he was a 5-star winner.
Yes, he was. Hold on. She says it's written in my office in the barn. Jen says if I was screaming for her, then no, she doesn't have the answers. But apparently it's in the barn
No, I
office.
took it from the barn in her handwritten thing and I put it in my files. Don't ask me to go through them because I've been doing those files all day with my 83-year-old uncle and my 90-year-old mother, going to
Right.
DMV, going to Marion County Clerk of Courts, and I'm overlooking those files. So,
Right. Yeah. Well, let's just say that we picked as I'm going to tell you who I picked. I do
okay,
remember. I do
okay,
remember.
go.
I had in this order from third to first, I had David Dole in
Okay,
third, Caroline Pamuchu. I picked
okay.
second on Blake.
Well, yeah.
And then I picked William Coleman on Diabolo as the winner.
It seems like you just got a trifecta.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Well
That was pretty
done.
good. You didn't pick all those guys. You picked some other people.
I did.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you did. Anyway,
I'm just,
it was a fun event to watch. I'm super pumped for Will. That's
I am
very
too.
cool. And
It was fun to watch. He did a great job. It was a great ride, all three phases. You know, he didn't lead from first day, but he certainly held his way all the way through, and at the end took the win. I think pressure was on because he didn't even have a rail. Um, I know Monica Spencer is probably, as she's such a sweet uh, woman, that she just was like, I wish I could have won it. I didn't. And one of those challenges for that horse in the show jump, but it was too bad because, I mean, who doesn't want Monica to win? But then it
no,
was
Monica's
great,
awesome.
but it was great to have Will win.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's great to have Will win. I was bummed for Monica, but you know what? Here's the thing for Monica, and I know it's always so hard when they have rails because it is the last thing you do. But if that horse had those rails added onto its dressage test and jumped 2 clear rounds, you'd be like, oh, that's amazing. Like, what a great performance. Because it happened at the end of the weekend and you have the polls down, it just is a little bit more heartbreaking when it happens in that order. Um, but I mean, look, I don't think there's a person, an event rider in the world who wouldn't just do about anything to get the ride on that horse. And it's pretty
I
incredible.
agree. It's a cool horse. The other one is Sophia from Australia on that Humble Glory. Um, wow. I mean, Sophia, we talked afterwards, and she wasn't having such a good round, like in the first half of the course. And to her defense is Monica's had that horse here while she flies back and forth with her husband to Australia because her husband Andy is a farrier. So she
Right.
flies in, has to get on Humble Glory and get going. And I think she got held on course, unfortunately, because of I believe Mary Bess unfortunately had a fall.
Yeah.
And she's all right. She's good. She's recovering. She's doing great. But she said after they started me back, all the crowds started clapping and the horse got like sparked. And she said, game on. The horse just jumped around flawless after that. I thought that was a
Right.
cool story.
No, it is cool. Like that whole contingent that came over were pretty impressive. The other one I thought was impressive was Tim Price. He was beaten up coming
Oh,
in.
good story on Tim, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, he
You
was
know the
pretty beat up.
story?
Yeah, I do know the story. I don't are we I mean, is it a common knowledge story?
I don't know. He's laying in public with ice on his shoulder.
Right. It seems pretty public knowledge.
I
And yeah,
was
so
walking out. I said, I saw him with ice after cross country on his shoulder. I was like, are you all right? Oh, it's an old injury. It hurts. And
Right.
so I guess the word was he couldn't pull on that horse like he typically does in show
Right.
jump because of his shoulder.
Right.
And he jumped around clear.
Yeah. Yeah. He had a shoulder injury coming in for sure. And I think without giving any medical information away, he made it a little bit worse and had to have it dealt with afterwards. So he's on the mend, is what I have been told. But he is a warrior for getting through that weekend. It was super impressive.
It was
And
impressive. He had to
the
ride
other
with the
one,
longer rein.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a
I watched that horse jump though. I was like, wow, it's
yeah.
jumping around clear.
There you go. There you go. Just let him
Yeah.
be.
What's your next story?
The other one, I just want to make sure that we mention that we are thinking of, and I spoke to him, and he's doing well, but got beat up, was poor Buck. Um,
Oh man, that
oh,
was tough luck,
brutal,
huh?
brutal.
When your foot gets knocked off by a jump.
Yeah, I broke his leg, and just
I watched it
on the
happen, and
corner. Oh,
it was not.
and then he said he didn't know how to get off, like because he wasn't sure how to
He
get
was
off the
sitting there
horse.
going, "I'm in pain. I can't get off the horse."
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, just I'm glad he's on the mend and doing well, and it is a tough sport, as we
yeah,
know, it is a tough sport. So I'm glad Will is doing well.
you mean
Um,
Buck?
sorry, Buck. Yes, I'm glad Will's doing well too, but I'm glad Buck is doing well. Sorry, Buck. um, so yeah, so it was a fun.
It was a great Kentucky. You know, the 4 star went really well for everybody, barring some people, but that's okay. That's what happens, called education. And
Yeah,
then we go on and we learn from it and we move on, don't we?
yeah, and big congrats to Tammy Smith.
We're winning it.
She is she is awesome because to come off of my bomb and have these other horses in the barn and you think they're going to be good but you're not sure they're going to be good, and then my bomb retires and had such a great career. It could have very easily been a little bit of like, well, we're just going to spend a year or two to regroup and be ready to go, but she didn't. She just comes out and she's a badass and just
So
does an awesome job,
so
and then
both
has
Will,
six this weekend at Tryon.
she was what?
She has six this weekend at
Oh my
Tryon.
God. Well, I do know that I saw Darn with Equa ratings and he was all excited before Will and Tammy went, right? And he was jumping up and he was coming over. He said, history could be made today. And this is why. And I was like, okay, well, tell me why. He goes, well, last year, Tammy won the 5 star, Will won the 4 star last year.
Right.
And this year, they were up for the reverse 5 star with Will, 4 star with Tammy. And Darn was telling me that would be the first time ever in all of recording history that it would ever have happened. Of course, 4 stars only been there for how many years now?
Yeah, this sounds like a statistician making up stuff. Like this is the first time that on a full moon when the temperature is
Oh,
below
you're gonna
72
Darn, you
degrees
need to come after John.
with a wind out of the southeast at 5
But
miles per
it
hour.
happened.
Yeah, that's pretty
Here's
cool.
the other true record, though. I don't know if it's a record yet, but she had a trifecta. That was Tammy's third on different horses 4 star win this year.
That's pretty awesome. And I think she could have one this coming week at Tryon as well. So good on her.
I
She
mean,
is
she
on a
did
roll.
all
I
those.
feel like we know who two members of the WEG team are.
I think you're right. I mean, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. How could you not?
No, you can't. I mean, there's two of them. The horses stay sound and on form. You can't not take those two.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
That is so cool. So we got Will coming on. Pardon my hair. Been
Yeah.
out all
Okay.
day.
I have to tell you one more thing that happened to me because I want to be full disclosure to everybody watching the show that I am damaged goods today. I am not at 100%, and I apologize for that. I had a clinic this weekend, and we're leaving to go to Tryon on Wednesday, and so as Rick is, we're all trying to fit everything in, and we love doing the show and the podcast and getting everybody on, so we're doing everything we can. And
Oh, you're going to talk about Tammy?
no, no.
Oh.
And I landed last night at midnight in Tampa. And that's fine. I'm not saying anything about being late. What I'm saying is when I landed, I said, I'm going to go to Starbucks because I have an hour and 45-minute drive home. And I'm going to go to Starbucks and I'm going to get a nice hot chai latte and drive home, and I'm going to enjoy my nice hot chai latte from Starbucks on the way home because I love that. It's like my drink at Starbucks. That's what it is. So I go up and I order it, and it's amazing at Tampa. They stay open super, super late. So I get it, and I'm watching him make it, and he's a nice guy. And then I see him take my chai after he's made it, and he walks to the back, and he kind of turns his back to me and thinks I can't see what he's doing. And he poured hot water into my spiced hot chai latte. And I thought, well, that's weird. I've never seen him do that before. And then I took my first sip when I got to my car, and it was watered down. It was terrible. It was so disappointing. And that is just started my day at 12:30 in the morning.
Why would he do that?
On a net? Because I think he didn't make a big enough drink. So he didn't like fill the cup because I ordered a large because it was an hour and 45 minutes. So he just was like, oh, I'll just top it up. But it was so disappointing. And that is a very hard way to start the day. I'm battling through because I love all you guys and I'm doing the best I can. But if I seem slightly off, it's because of that stupid watered down chai latte from the Tampa airport. Those guys, I've never done that to me before. I'm going to have a word with them when I go do my next clinic. It was ridiculous.
I'm sorry, John. That's real sad.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. So with that, I think we should say thank you to Nupa Feed again for sponsoring this segment. They go again, Rick, where do they go?
NupaFeedUSA.com, John.
NupaFeedUSA.com is the place to go. We'll say it twice because it's super nice. And we are going to be right back with 5-star winner, Mr. Will Coleman.
Does your horse struggle with stress, tight muscles, or fatigue? NupaFeed USA delivers advanced supplements trusted by riders nationwide. Our magnesium supplement with unique MAH helps reduce anxiety and support muscle relaxation. And for lasting stamina, our L-carnitine builds energy and strength without making horses fizzy. Easy to feed, proven to perform. Support your horse's health and performance today with NupaFeed.
I just got back from Magnolia Sands schooling the horses cross country. It is such a useful place to go. If you are here for the winter season and you want to go cross country schooling, Magnolia Sands needs to be on your list. It is awesome, great jumps. You do have to make reservations, so you're gonna text 615-414-0781 or send them an email at magnoliasandsfarm@gmail.com. You're gonna have a great time.
EquiBrew, now available in the USA. It's a live probiotic that you feed daily to your horses. The live microbes go into your horse's gut and cleans up the gut wall, creating a healthy gut system.
EquiBrew is an essential part of my feeding program. My horses love to eat it, and it does a really good job of promoting gut health and also good behavior and great performances.
It's something I recommend for all of your horses, no matter what they do in their careers.
It's so affordable, I can use it on all of my horses in the barn, not just my top horses.
Order EquiBrew today by going to brickfieldnutrition.com or calling 850-879-2649.
Grant Showalter has over 15 years of equine bodywork and saddle fitting experience. His technique allows him to identify and alleviate tightness in muscles. He uses trigger point massage to release points of restriction. Grant has over a decade of experience fitting and adjusting a wide variety of saddles. His expertise in equine physiology, coupled with a thorough understanding of the importance of a properly fitted saddle, allows him to quickly identify and correct any balance issues. Grant can also adjust your saddle on site. Grant works on all of my competition horses, and I have noticed a significant improvement in their performance at competitions and their overall way of going. Grant's based in Ocala, Florida year-round, but regularly travels to the surrounding areas. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 484-639-4454.
Everyone says they feed the best, but not every feed is made the same. Seminole Feed is built on fixed formulas. And made in a medication-free mill for unmatched safety. Every bag delivers consistency your horse can feel and performance you can see. Because when it matters, there is only one best. The original low-starch feed, Seminole Wellness.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We are thrilled and honored to be joined by 5-star champion Will Coleman. Will, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it is a thrill for you. Like, you had a thrilling week in Kentucky, but to be on the John and Rick Show has got to be the highlight of the whole month, really.
Might be the highlight of the year.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
This is sacred ground.
Actually, before we talk about our segment sponsor, can you do me a favor? Because
Sure.
sometimes I like to cut things out of the show to use for promotional purposes. Could you say something like being on the John and Rick Show is the highlight of the year? It is so much better than anything I've done. Some version of that, whatever you're comfortable with.
He just said that.
But I want him to say it again.
Yeah. I have to be more specific.
Yeah.
Being on the John and Rick Show.
Hold on. The camera didn't get you. Just talk a little bit first and let me get this little box on you. I'll give you the thumbs up.
Talk now, or you want me to just... Being on the John and Rick Show might be the highlight of my life.
That's perfect. I don't know if you needed to put might in there, but I'm going to take it. That's
Well,
perfect.
I liked it.
I
it
do
was
have,
perfect.
It's like just underneath getting married and the birth of my kids.
Perfect. I'm going to cut this together. It's going to be awesome. I appreciate it. All right. Before we get into it, we do have to say thank you to Seminole Feeds. They are the sponsor of this segment with Will. They are here in Florida, in Ocala, and we are thrilled that they are on board and supporting the podcast. Rick, tell us all about Seminole Feeds.
Seminole Feed has a large variety of feeds that you really need to look at if you're not feeding Seminole. They also have stores located in Ocala and across the Southeast, actually. But you can depend on Seminole Feed to really supply a really high-grade feed for your horses. And they only use their factories for horse feed, just so everybody knows it's an important factor when you're dealing with horse feed. Or go and check them out if you're not using it.
All right. Good job. So, Will, congratulations. Now, great weekend. Won it. We went over this the last time you were here, but I just want to confirm it is Diabolo, right?
Yes.
Right. Because they announced it as Diablo several times at Kentucky, and I was like, I know that's not correct.
What are you going to do? Tomato.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
and are you referring to Hugh, by the way?
Yeah, Hugh, I'm calling you out, man.
Let me
And
tell
it's
you,
got his
and
accent.
I don't mean to
Probably
cut
still
into
sounded pretty cool.
Yeah, but let me tell. I'm going to say it on the show.
Oh,
Hugh
this
saw
is-
us after it all. He goes, "It was a great week. We had Will as a 5-star winner. Tammy is a 4-star winner." He goes, "But I really messed up in my announcing." And I said, "Well, what did you do?" And he goes, "I was really on it, and it was a rider coming in, and he said she's really good on the cock."
Oh my God. Seriously?
And he went. He didn't know he said it, and everybody's hitting him, going, "You can't say that." He goes, "Say what?" He goes,
Wow.
"I meant clock. What did I say?" I
Really
thought
good
that
on
was
the clock. Yes. Wow.
But next time you
okay.
see you, let him know he needs to know how to see Diabolo and clock.
Pretty important stuff.
Yeah.
So, Will, where are you? You're back home in Virginia now?
We are in Virginia. Yeah, we're getting ready. We had to try on tomorrow. So,
All right. Yeah, we'll see you there.
so yeah, see you there. But yeah, we're back in Virginia now. We came back a bit early, so we've been here since March.
Right. Yeah, you go up there to kind of get the final preps in for Kentucky, get on that gallop, right?
Yeah, I think that is for sure helpful, getting on the terrain, and bit of spring grass is sometimes nice for the horses. But my kids are in school here, so for me it was as much as anything but just about getting home to Katie and Charlie and Wes. So, but we had a great winter in Florida, and then it was also nice to come home. It was still a little chilly when we got back here, but it was kind of nice to see spring arrive. Where normally if we come back after Kentucky, it's kind of here and almost gone,
Yeah, it's kind of that way in Florida too, actually. It's a little cooler still, which is nice.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super nice. Hey,
Um,
Will, tell us about your Kentucky experience, are you pinching yourself still from the win because you were brilliant, and pulled it all together with this. I know this special horse of yours.
Yeah, I think, in some ways, I'm not sure it's really sunk in yet. I think there's times where I walk down the barn aisle and I look at Dad, and I just think about kind of the amazing sort of feels he gave me over the course of that competition. I'm in awe of that, but I don't know if I necessarily think of myself any different or, I don't know if that part of it, the career part of it, is really like kind of registered. I think you're a horse person. You kind of go about your daily life and you're still getting up and riding and training horses all day and still being a dad and a husband, and all that stuff is the same. And all that stuff was great before I, had this great win at Kentucky. So I think it's good when my life around what happened last week is I feel really thankful for. So a win like that is a real kind of bonus, but I still I think would have come out of the week still with a lot of gratitude, even if it hadn't gone our way.
That is pretty amazing and good to hear. And I hope that everybody listening and watching, especially the kids, pay attention to that because, not only is that humble, but it is a good perspective to have in the horse world in general, I think, because you have high highs and you can have some pretty low lows. And
Yeah.
yeah.
More lows than highs, I would say, on average.
Totally.
But, that was something kind of pounded into my head when I first started entertaining the idea of like becoming a professional in this business is, you got to really be doing it for the right reasons. And you got to enjoy your daily life. That's really where you got to find the most reward. And I think we try to live like that. We try to embrace that. It's kind of a pretty encompassing lifestyle. Like there's not a lot of free time. And it can sort of absorb a lot of your day. But I think if you enjoy it, it doesn't feel like, like a slog. There's probably times where I wish we were a little less busy, but we love what we do.
That is true. And Will, I kind of, I don't mean to eavesdrop when we're at these events because, personal space is personal space, right?
Oh boy, this is going to be another. He's on a roll today. I can't wait to hear what this one is.
But I overheard you say something about a 3-par golf course at Tryon. Par 3, sorry.
Right.
That you might be able to partake in. But then I never knew this about you. And I found out from your own mouth, you're not a really good putter.
Not a great putter. No, sadly, no.
It wasn't anything bad.
No, I'm not a great putter. It's probably the part of my game that I practice the least, but I'm also the worst at it. So
there might be a correlation there.
There is. But I love golf. I mean, Tryon usually presents a couple opportunities to play, even when the golf course isn't right next to the stables. But I don't know if that par 3 is done. But if it is, I hope I can get on it at least once while I'm there.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be pretty fun. They were working hard on it last time.
Yeah, it's a bit close to where we ride. I don't know.
It's gonna be weird.
There's a ball.
Sort of dicey, I mean,
what happened to Will? It got hit by a golf ball.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna have to have a giant net, right? Like they have to. It's gonna
have
to go like.
Still, listening to balls getting whacked. I'm not sure that's like super relaxing, but maybe we'll see.
Good point.
We're gonna
find out.
Another challenge for us to cope with.
All right, so Will, just getting to the brass tacks of Kentucky, I do want to just bring up one little thing that went wrong for you early that I just am sort of curious what your thoughts were. You did have an amazing test, but you had an error in that test.
Yeah, I did.
So,
yeah,
were you?
I mean, in the wrong place at the last hole, and I knew where the hole was. My horse sometimes in his downward transitions can sometimes sort of fall onto his shoulders pretty dramatically. And I was so conscious about that not happening that I sort of, in my mind, had told myself to sort of ride it as though you're going to ride past eye before you do your halt. So you don't sort of intimate to the horse that you're going to halt and maybe have him prematurely slam on the brakes. And I had convinced myself that to do that very literally. And I'd ride right past the letter. And to be honest, I was so focused on the kind of halt that I wanted to have that I did actually execute a pretty nice halt, but I didn't even know that I had halted in the wrong place. I was just, just kind of one of those, you were so focused that you lost focus, I guess, on sort of.
So when did you find out? How did you find out?
We were up, I'd gotten off Dab and they were, doing this bridle check and all that stuff. And the scores were coming in. And I think Amy and Leslie were there and Karen, and they said, well, you had an error. And I said, oh, geez. I said, I don't remember any whistles getting rung and or, blown. And they said, oh, and I said, oh, shit. I said, I think it was probably the last halt. I said, did I halt at I? And they're like, no, you went past I. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So it was a bit of a sleepless night. I was worried that it might bite me, but luckily it didn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, not luckily. You rode awesome and you made sure it didn't. And that's the only way you can do that. But that was my question. Like, so you did stew on it a bit, I'm assuming.
I mean, as much as you can. I mean, I think I was, pretty cross with myself, but there's nothing I could do about it. And my only hope was that I rode the rest of the weekend. If I rode the rest of the weekend well, hopefully I could be in a position where it wasn't going to bite me. It was out of my hands at that point. So you just focus on the next thing.
Right. Well done focusing on the next thing, because you did that. And the next thing was cross country. So big track. I walked it, and my thoughts the whole week were that the ground was really hard. I thought it was a shame they didn't get the rain. And then I have to say, I woke up Saturday morning and I was like, wow, they did a pretty amazing job with this ground, because it felt pretty good by Saturday, I thought. Did you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I think, when I got there, the ground was beautiful, right? Like on Monday, Tuesday, even just walking around the park, I thought the ground was like in really good shape. And even Wednesday, when they got out on the track for the first time to walk, I thought the ground felt pretty good. But it was warm, right? It was near 80 degrees, and we had windy conditions kind of all week, and it just dried right out.
Yeah.
I think huge credit goes to Mick and Levy and all those guys working.
Totally.
Because they worked around the clock on that ground. And not only aerating it and padding up certain places or, throwing some dirt down, but then they had the K guns, or what are those things called? The K
lines.
Yeah. K lines running. And then they did get blessed with this like kind of short but good rain Friday night. And the ground for the 4-star short in the morning was immaculate. I thought it was really good. Dried out a little bit because it was another warm, kind of breezy day. Dried out a little bit for the 5-star, but I think all things considered, the horses were very, very happy running across it. And it was probably the hardest I've seen the crew at Kentucky have to work to make ground good. And I thought they did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And I knew that they could do it, but I was thinking, I hadn't talked to any of them. I hadn't talked to them. That's a lot of track to
it's a real balancing act, because if you overdo it and then you do get an inch of rain, right? You've made the course and the conditions much, much harder for the horses, right? And potentially more kind of risky. So I get it. It's hard sometimes. None of us know exactly what the weather's going to do. I think they played their hand really well. And my horse came through the event well. All my horses, I think, came through the event pretty well. And, it's been a dry spring in a lot of parts of the country. And I think we were lucky by and large with the ground that we had there. And I thought the turf at the horse park in general was in a better place this year than it has been the last few years. They've really done, I think, some good work in the off season to kind of keep good grass cover. And so when they do get a hard spell like this, they can still produce really nice footing.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I talked to the officials, and they had said they were waiting till the last possible minute to make the decision to put the aerator on the course, and because to your point, they didn't want to.
You don't want to overdo it. Yeah. Andy Timken too. I thought he's a fantastic official, and I think the crew there too, and the official side of it, the steward side of it, I thought they were all really, really excellent.
Yeah, they did a good job. So the course, we'll talk 5-star course here. What were your, like, did you have any concerns for your horse? Obviously the round was beautiful. It was an equitation round. I was told to make sure that I watched your entire round on video front to end, because that's how you're supposed to do it. So well done. And I did, and it was pretty amazing. But what were your thoughts going into the course?
It was my horse's first 5-star. So I think you're always a little bit like, it's a big step. I also hadn't done a long in like 2 years, right? My last long was Terra Nova 2023. Or no, 2020. Yeah, 2023. So it had been a minute since we had done a course of that magnitude. But we've always really felt like this horse had a 5-star brain, 5-star mentality. And I think we felt like we had a very, very good conditioned horse coming into the event. So I had a good plan to sort of negotiate the course, and I had a sense of where I wanted to be on the clock, sort of at each minute. And when I came through, really the whole course rode more or less exactly how I had envisioned it, which is not always how things go, particularly at 5-star level, but it was just one of those rounds where I think I read the course well. I knew how to ride certain things to suit my horse. And I think I had a great sense of how to manage his energy and his stamina around it. And I think we executed our plan. And he was brilliant everywhere. And I really can't think of a jump that there's maybe one galloping fence after the head of the lake where I felt like I didn't quite hit it the way I wanted to, but it was a pretty special round. The horse was amazing.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it, Will. And we watching it, there was obviously problems spread out throughout the whole course. I don't think any one area caught, a lot of people. It was just kind of spread out. So, I mean, interesting enough, I love the way that you rode the head of the lake, because that was, I mean, you could say it was like threading the needle. Kind of walk us through when you first walked that, because that was a difficult line to get through, and you did it brilliant. What was your thoughts going through there?
Well, I think, the way he had the jump into the head of the lake, that big roll top with the huge drop, the way that was oriented really didn't, if you jumped it square to that, it really didn't put you on a very nice line to the angles. Right. And it, I think became difficult for the horse to read. But I think because it was a roll top, fairly friendly profile, you could angle across it a little bit. And that was sort of how I saw it, was to sort of jump it slightly right to left and give my horse that extra half stride to full stride to put him on the line, 8 strides for those 2 angles. And I think if you rode the 2 angles, if you got that part nailed, right, my horse has a good, healthy stride. I knew that the 3 would be no problem. And if you do the 3 well, he had those bushes there that sort of funneled you to the corner in a nice way. So it was all about, I think, getting the A and the B right. And then if you did that well, the rest of it sort of flowed. And that's how it worked out for us. It ended up riding just like it had walked for me, and just like how I saw it for Dab. And, he's a horse that I always feel like is really looking for the lines with me. So I think when you're on a horse like that, it makes it easier. But I think that was a good example of like questions that Derek sets, and what makes him, I think, unique as a course designer is he set something, but to do it well, it may not be super obvious, maybe, how, it might be a little bit, he's almost baiting you into sort of, yeah, go ahead and jump it like that. And it, just that little bit of a tweak to a line or can make all the difference sometimes.
Yeah, well done, because it was very, very nice to watch. So as was the rest of your course, but I thought it was pretty brilliant.
Appreciate that, man.
So, Will, we're going to do this. Let's take a little break just to check in with some of our sponsors. And then we obviously want to get into your show jumping round. And then, maybe we'll talk about, you had a pretty good 4-star horse running around there as well. So we probably should get into that. So
I want to get into what the Defender feels like to drive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, I've got one too.
Well,
Well, I don't know because we don't have it yet. So I don't know how much I'm going to get to drive it anyways. I think that
it might be Katie's car.
I think Katie's gonna grab that for good reason. She deserves it.
Yeah. Good answer. All right. Let's just take a break. Thank you again to Seminole Feed. Make sure you go check out Seminole Feed. It is an awesome company. It's been around forever. And as Rick said, and I know this for a fact, it is super important. Those feed mill, I believe is the right word, they only do feed. There's nothing else that goes in there. You don't have to worry about any cross-contamination, which is a pretty big deal.
Only horses.
Feed.
Only horse feed. Yes.
Only horse feed.
Well done, Will.
Even more important. Yeah, good catch. All right, let's take a break, and we will be right back with Will Coleman because we're not letting him leave.
Everyone says they feed the best, but not every feed is made the same. Seminole Feed is built on fixed formulas. And made in a medication-free mill for unmatched safety. Every bag delivers consistency your horse can feel and performance you can see. Because when it matters, there is only one best, the original low-starch feed, Seminole Wellness.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
One of my favorite things to do is explore the stores at World Equestrian Center here in Ocala, Florida. When I do, I always make sure to stop in at I Love My Horse Equestrian Boutique. I Love My Horse is a one-stop shop for the latest trends in equine gear, protective equipment, show attire, and casual apparel. They're located in Arena 3 at the World Equestrian Center, right beside the Grand Arena. They've got all kinds of great products in the store. The horse shows are underway at WEC and HITS, and the eventing season is going full throttle. So if you forgot something, or if you just want to pick up something you need to start the season, I Love My Horse is the place to go. Already at the events at Majestic Oaks, Rocking Horse, or Ocala? No problem. I Love My Horse has an awesome mobile tack store just for you eventers. Penny and Terry and their team will take care of all of your equine tack and apparel needs. The annual I Love My Horse Yellow Ducky sale is coming soon. February 20th and 21st, join us for great sales and refreshments. Choose a yellow duck from the pond to reveal your discount at checkout.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We convinced Will to stick around. We let him get a little bit of a water break in there, and he's ready to rock. We are here in the Equibrew segment. Equibrew, Will, is an amazing live probiotic that you give to your horses. It's a liquid. It smells nice. It's like, I think it smells like molasses, but there's no sugar in it from the molasses. The
Good
horses
when it
love
smells.
it. Smells good, doesn't it? Yeah.
Good when it smells nice, man. You got to
Yeah.
have it smell nice.
Yeah, it smells nice. The horses love to eat it. So like I even give it to some of the horses when I'm like, well, they're just picky eaters. They don't like to eat. You put that in there and then they love to eat it. And it helps all the gut health. It helps all the other supplements that you're giving work better. You go to brickfieldnutrition.com and that's going to have a little link in there. And then Rick and the Equibrew elves are going to package all of that up for you and they are going to send it out to your farm and you're going to give it to your horses and they're going to love it.
Well done, Will. I mean, not Will.
I'm not
John.
Will. I'm not Will. Will, I told Rick and everybody earlier in the first segment, but I have to tell you, I was teaching a clinic this weekend and this very sweet kid who I know I've taught her a few times, she says to me partway through the clinic, can I ask you a question about Kentucky? And I'm like, oh boy, like Kentucky didn't go great for me. I'm really not sure what you're about to ask, but I said, yeah, you can ask me a question. Do you know Will Coleman? And I said, yeah, I know Will. Like you really know Will Coleman? Like, are you guys friends? And I'm like, yeah, we're friends. We're friends. I know Will. Oh, that's so cool. So just know you are now like officially a household name.
That's very flattering. I'm sure if she got a chance to meet me, she'd quickly realize that it's not that cool.
I'm going to use that too.
He's actually a pretty plain guy.
That was good. Hey, Will, this is what I was thinking with your plain guy mentality, which you do not have. I was like, how are you going into show jump with that steel trap mind where you're really having to concentrate? Because I mean, it was all on the line, right? And the last rail of that show jump course is coming down for some people. I mean, so there was some tricks to the trade out there. What were you thinking when you went in there? He's a great show jumper, I know, but what were you thinking?
I don't think I was thinking about anything. I was just riding my horse.
That's good.
I think I had my friend and coach Grant Wilson there. We had a good plan for the course. My horse is not the quickest of foot around a show jumping course. The time was tight enough, but we sort of decided first and foremost we wanted to clear around, so that was more critical, and a second or two of time was not going to hurt us. So we were comfortable with that. We had a very, very clear plan on strides everywhere. 1 to 2, nice 7, roll back on the vertical. I did 14 strides there, I think. Some people did 13. But I was a bit worried about that vertical, and I didn't want to come in my horse has a big stride. Didn't want to come in too hot for that bending 6, and then nice 8. 9 strides around to the triple bar, 5 strides, 8 strides to the Liverpool, 11 strides to the triple, and then I wanted to stay a little wide. And I did 8 strides from the Defender Black Oxford to the Cosequin jump. Some people did the inside 7, but I worried about maybe dragging a hind leg over that vertical, and it kicked you out. When you did the inside 7, it kicked you out, so you ended up doing an extra stride to the double. So you really didn't save really that much time, if any. And I felt like it was a better bet for me to just square it up a little bit and then be a little tighter in my turn to the last line. And it worked out. My horse, he gave me a tremendous amount of confidence, just how he came out that morning. You just have a sense the horse kind of understands the moment, and how he was jumping in the warm-up. I don't think he touched the fence. He was just, he was a winner that day. And I had a lot of confidence going in there, and it was just another round.
Just another round that you completely remember every single stride and line. And, like,
of course
you just
he does.
wrote it. Yeah.
That's how, I think I don't know. That's normal for me.
Yeah.
So I think, um, but I had, yeah, what you're asking me what I was thinking about, I wasn't thinking about anything other than
Right.
just that,
Riding your horse.
just riding your horse. And, um, I'm, it may sound, I'm better with, I sort of, I think, uh, let yourself get into that zone where there isn't a whole lot in there. It's,
Just
you know,
reacting at that point.
It's quiet.
yeah. And, thinking about the stakes or
Right.
the people or what's on the line. I mean, I just, that's the, yeah, you're just I don't think you really let that enter your brain.
Well, I mean, you didn't even think to yourself, like, if I knock down one of these poles, I'm going to have to buy Katie the Land Rover,
I hate to break
buy
it,
her
to
the
you,
Defender.
but if we knock down one of those poles, ain't gonna be no defender. So,
That was
uh,
awesome.
but yeah, that would have been crazy amount of pressure if I thought about that. So I'm glad that didn't come into my brain. But no, I did not. Yeah, I was pretty blank, honestly. Just my plan, dad, and that's it.
Will, who are your owners of Dab?
We've got a pretty incredible group. Um, I'll give you their names: Rich and Roxanne Booth, who are longtime supporters of mine. Fritz and Claudine Kundred, two wonderful people from here in Keswick, Virginia. They are they've owned multiple horses in pure dressage that have gone to the Olympic Games, both with
Wow.
Sue Blinks and Allie Brock. Um, they have two medals as owners from pure dressage, and they're incredible people, horse lovers, and I used to do dressage with Allie Brock. She's trained me for a long time. I've learned a lot riding around in their arenas here in Virginia and also in Wellington. So I've known them forever, longtime supporters. Um, Tom Tierney and Gloria Callan, two people from Millbrook, New York, that I've known for a long time, also have been extremely fantastic supporters of mine and have been fantastic supporters of a number of top riders, Boyd, Philip. They're probably two of the nicest people you ever meet, and very unassuming, quiet, mild mannered, but just first class people. Let's see. Then there's Danny Garcia, who is a dear friend, also someone who I've known for a long time. This is the first horse that she's participated on, but she's a wonderful lady, one of the smartest people I've ever met, and also probably one of the coolest people I've ever met in so many ways. Just a really, really phenomenal, inspiring lady. Lee McGettigan, who is another wonderful person from Middleburg, Virginia, who I've known for a long time. I've stayed in her house a number of times whenever I'm showing up in Middleburg area, and she's just probably one of the kindest people I've ever met. And big fox hunter, loves horses, loves horse sport, and she has a small piece of Dab. I'm very, very grateful that she's a part of it. And then the final little piece is my dad. He went with me to find Dad. I had to go to Australia. I went for 3 days,
Wow.
which is a pretty quick trip to Australia. And my dad kind of recognized that I maybe needed somebody to go with me, just another set of eyes, and he volunteered. And so it felt right that he had a small piece of the horse too, because he's a big reason why why we had him. We went to look at him together.
That's a great story.
So uh, that's it. It's a small group, but they've all been very, very kind of. I've known them all for a long time, and some of them have supported me on multiple horses, but they're all just. I'm pretty lucky. I think across the board, it really felt like all my owners were sort of really a part of this. I mean, even the ones that aren't listed on Deb's passport, they still played such a huge formative role in like getting me to a place where this was possible. So, um, it's it is sort of a win for everyone. And I think spiritually, emotionally, I am lucky that all my owners and all the people that sort of are a part of our team, they all feel like we're kind of in the same boat, rowing the same direction. Very, very happy for one another. So um, it's not like that in every barn, and I don't take it for granted. And just said it in the press conference there. I wake up most days feeling like the luckiest guy in the world, and I felt especially lucky after last weekend.
Really
awesome.
well said. And I think, Will, the tribute to owners from you is heartfelt, obviously, but I mean across the board for all riders and everybody out there, the owners really make it come true. And having your father a part of that, and your whole family. I mean, you got your kids, you got your wife. You have such a strong team, and to do that all together is nice to look at.
Well, thank you. I mean, it is like a pretty charmed, existence that we have. And, my parents have been, my dad is part of dad, but my mom has been a part of some other horses that we've had. And they both, I feel as a parent now, two kids, I think you look back on your parents with a probably renewed sense of appreciation for
Yeah. You think?
all the things that they did for you. And I think about all the early mornings of my mom and dad getting me up and, getting me to the barn or getting me to a horse show or picking me up when a weekend didn't go well. I have two amazing parents who I think did a great job with all their kids, but they really instilled in us a work ethic and, an honest sort of approach to your craft. And very, very grateful for that. And now I'm sort of trying to figure out how to do that for my kids. And I don't know if I'll do it as well as they did, but I'm going to try. Not easy being a parent, man. Parents,
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
a little tap on the back for the parents out there.
Yeah, go parents. I will say, Will,
Yeah.
I think one of the cool things that all three of us have been able to do is have kids in the horse world and have them be out on farms and get to be around dirt and animals and see your success you had this weekend, well, this past weekend, and then also see that it's not always easy. And it is, like you said earlier, like you have a lot more weekends that don't go the way you want than you do. And I think the kids seeing that is pretty important. So I feel like your kids are going to be okay, is what I'm saying. Plus, their mom is pretty awesome.
I think the mom is definitely she's a hero of the household.
Sure.
But yeah, it's
Are you going to let her pick the color of the Defender?
yeah.
Yeah. We got the brown one, Will. Not many people have the brown one, but it's pretty cool. It's like it's light copper brown. It's pretty cool
Wow.
looking.
Yeah, I don't know. We're still waiting to hear, I think, how to collect this thing, but I don't know how it
How do
works.
we collect
I don't know if you get. I don't know if they just say, "Here you go. This is what you get," or if you get to like pick it out, or I don't know. But
Usually, I think you'll get to have some
Didn't you
choices
pick
on
one
it.
Didn't you get a BMW or something?
it's a beautiful car. I mean,
Yeah, that Defender is pretty awesome. It's I will say, just a second Rick's point, my 2011 Toyota Tacoma is brown as well.
Browns promise. Yeah, they were popular. I remember this.
Yeah, it's right up there with the
Browns
Defender.
Promise. Yeah, hey,
Do what you got.
I don't know what Katie will want, but I might suggest John and Rick both said the brown.
Yeah, you might see what she says. I'm sure that'll influence her heavily.
I mean, doesn't look that dirty. I bet
Exactly.
Nope.
It always looks clean. Totally.
Always looks
Valid
nice.
point. So we should talk about your 4-star horse. You finished second on Very Dignified. Tell us a little bit about that horse and kind of your weekend with him.
She's awesome, man. She's really, really cool mare. She's owned by Jerome Broussard, Beth Lindrum, and Gloria Callanigan. Jerome and Beth probably need no introduction. They're legendary owners in the game, and I've been privileged to be supported by Jerome and Sarah Broussard for like 12 years. And they're incredible people. Beth, Jerome's wife, is just probably one of the funniest people I think you'll ever meet. She's a cocktail and a human being. She's just
That's a
super
great
fun.
description of Beth.
She's a knowledgeable horse lady, and Gloria, whose praises I've already sung. It's a kind of a power trio there supporting this horse, but we haven't had her very long. We've only had her about a year, just over a year, I guess. But she's just a really cool horse. She's still, I think, fine tuning some things on the flat, but she's just a super quality jumper and has, I think, a real propensity for being a good cross country horse. She's got a good motor, nice step on her, rideability continues to improve and sort of making us faster by being smoother. She's an animal, man. She's a real weapon out there. And she's a bit funny and like she can be difficult to warm up. She gets very excited in the cross country warm up, so I don't warm her up. I warm up somewhere else, and then I time it to trot. To literally, I trot over and I trot into the box and I go.
You don't jump a fence or anything.
Sometimes I might jump, like if I jumped a couple of jumps in the arena, probably like 20 minutes before I went out, and then I just keep her quietly walking and trotting and try to just keep her relaxed and calm and happy, and then we just trot over and go. But I mistimed it. One of a couple of faux pas this weekend, and I was about 10 seconds late getting in the box.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think eight or 10 seconds. I can't remember. So, but she still, I think, was one of the faster times of the day, and she would have been probably quite close to making the time had I gotten that timing a bit better to get her to the box. But
yeah, 4.4 time is pretty quick.
So, but I think she's a cool mare. I'm considering a trip for her to do something this fall overseas, maybe without Maryland.
That's perfect. That is the perfect segue, because the next question I was going to ask is, I did notice on social media you got a congratulations from the Defender Burley horse trials, saying how much they would love to have you come ride around their 5-star this autumn. So I'm not suggesting anything, but I'm just saying, what are your plans with these horses into the rest of the season?
Well, I would love to do Burley, and maybe with Very Dignified, but I think it's still a long ways off. I think we want to get a sense of what's going to happen with the WEG selection, and then probably build a little bit of a plan around that. Representing the country at Aachen would be, I think, top of our list. And then Burley is a very, very close second. So without Maryland here in the States, I think it makes sense to maybe make a trip. And I think she's a good candidate for that. I feel like I could maybe get her ready and prepared, and we've got some time to continue to sort of figure out a few things on the flat work. We're getting closer, but that's probably the big hole in her at the moment.
So will you do along with her this spring, or are you just going to keep her around the shorts and kind of see what happens with WEG and then just do something in the autumn?
I'm not going to do along with her this spring.
Okay.
I don't think I need to do another 4 along with her. And I didn't think I didn't feel totally comfortable taking her to Kentucky. I wanted a bit more time.
Right.
So, but I would probably just work backwards from a fall goal. Is sort of what I'm thinking.
Cool. It makes sense. That makes total sense. I can see what is going to happen is you're going to have Dabs at the WEG, and you're going to have Very Dignified at Burley, and you're going to have a gold medal, individual and team. You have 2 gold medals, and you're going to have a Burley win. So it's going to be like
I want to drink whatever water you're drinking.
Yeah, it's going to be the triple crown, the trifecta.
Crown. Well, that'd be great. A lot of steps between. I think.
You got to put it out there. If there's one thing I've learned from my co-host and friend Rick, it is that you need to put it into the universe, put it on your dream board. This guy has a dream board. You put it on the dream board, and it just happens.
Well, I think there's something to that. I'm going to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and we'll see what happens. But
So,
John,
the,
you can lead with that snow monster from Chris Kringle that goes, put one foot in front of
oh,
me.
we got so many reels
Something
I can do. There's so much
really good
promotional
for
We
material.
turn this into a sing along. It's
Yeah.
gonna be really great.
Exactly.
Will, the last thing I just wanted to make sure we leave time for is I'm looking at the try-on entries, and I see you got your old pal off the record there
Yeah.
in the four short. How's he doing?
Timmy's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, he's never felt better. I've run one quiet intermediate a few weeks ago at Fair Hill, and he's going to do try on that four short, and we're going to kind of see sort of what he kind of wants to do, how he feels, and he's just kind of there in our back pocket. But I think there's a chance that he could do something later this year too. He's 17. I want to be very careful with him, and he doesn't owe us anything. I think he still loves to do it, and I think he's physically still looks in great shape. And so long as he gives us the sense that he's excited to get on the trailer, I think we'll keep trying to find appropriate competitions to enter him in. But I think he's in a great spot. I mean, I'm actually really, really happy with how he feels, and maybe we'll get a good sense of where we are after this weekend, hopefully.
Perfect. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you there, and we appreciate you taking the time. I know you're leaving in the morning, and you got lots of stuff to deal with. So thanks for taking the time to come on the show.
Hey, my pleasure, guys. It's good to catch
Thanks.
up, and we'll see you guys in a few days, I bet.
Thanks, Will. We'll do some putting practice at try on down.
Yeah,
the
no,
hallway.
that's that's my goal, Rick. I'm going to manifest that.
There you go.
Put it out there.
Thank you,
Put it out
buddy.
there.
All right, cheers, guys.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. We are always so appreciative that everybody's here. Thank you to Equibrew for sponsoring this segment. Great live probiotic. Go to brickfieldnutrition.com and check that out. And then, obviously, big thank you to Horse Trailer Pros. If you guys have any horse trailer issues, things that you need, make sure you go check out Horse Trailer Pros. We will catch you on the next one. We have an awesome show for you guys today.
The greatest eventer of all time.
Good news for the sport.